What's up, entrepreneurs? Brand with Credit here, back with another video. Listen, rebranding is a common practice that many businesses will experience at some point, even multiple times. Not every 3 to 6 months, multiple times, but yes, multiple times. Your brand is how you reach your customers, tell your story, and market your products or services. And as such a powerful tool, you can make sure, or you have to make sure, that your brand stays relevant. Because if it's not relevant, it might be time to rebrand. Now, rebrand doesn't necessarily mean a complete overhaul of your business from top to bottom, with every aspect of your current business being thrown out the window and being replaced with all this new shiny stuff, unfamiliar stuff. A rebrand can also just be a subtle update to your brand to help clarify your message or better align your position in the market. It might not even be noticeable with your customers. The benefits, though, can be dramatic, helping your business evolve, continue to grow, and reach more of your ideal clients. There are some myths about rebrands, though, so let's just knock these out of the way first. But I'm sure you've heard several myths about rebrands and all that stuff, but I'm only going to talk about 3 because I really want to get these out of the way and bust these myths. So a rebrand doesn't have to take months where you have to pause everything in your business. Of course, it'll depend on the size of your business and how much you want to change. But the thing I want to make clear is the fact that you don't have to change everything. There are a lot of parts to your brand. And while some parts might need fixing, other parts might be great. So the first step to rebranding should be to review and analyze your brand so you'll be clear or have an idea of what's working and what's not working. So having a brand strategy session or even a brand audit is a good way to evaluate the current position of your brand and see if there are things that you just need to adjust. So creating a new logo might be fun, but it would also mean starting from scratch in some cases. Sometimes a total change and a completely fresh start is exactly what a business needs, though. Other times, it's just a matter of making small adjustments. Rebranding isn't about trying to shake things up by introducing your new pretty logo and hoping that it's going to drum up some interest. Instead, it comes from things like reevaluating your brand messaging so it stays relevant, adapting the changes in your target market, and making sure your business name matches what you offer. Now, these things can also mean changes to your visuals as a part of a rebrand, but that would happen as a result of those deeper changes in your brand foundation and strategy. You can see how the visuals, which is your brand identity, is led by what's happening at the core of your brand, as it always should be. So those are the 3 rebranding myths that I wanted to tell you about before getting into knowing when it's time to actually rebrand your business. It may not make sense to invest a lot of money into the brand identity of your business right at the beginning. For those who can, great. But for those who can't, it might not be in the budget until a little bit later. If you're managing a business with a DIY logo, you'll definitely reach a point where your growth is feeling limited by the quality of your branding. You might even have outgrown something at the core of your brand, your goals or your brand statements. If your business has gone in a direction that's different than what it was when you first started, your brand will need to be updated to reflect that new positioning. When it's time to move on from that old image, a rebrand is going to help freshen your brand's perception and give you room to continue to grow. One of the things your brand should do is demonstrate how your business is unique. If it's not clear how your business offers something different than other similar businesses, then your brand isn't doing its job too well.
Oh no.
So if your brand looks like your competition, then it makes it so much harder to get those new customers and make a strong impression. It's so easy, y'all. It's so easy to fall into the trap of wanting to imitate more established brands, especially in the beginning stages of building your business. You see what's working for them and you want to follow their lead. You want to do what they're doing. But if you're only copying other businesses, you'll never be able to build your own success. So focus on what makes your business unique, what makes your business special, and make sure that your branding is showing that. If you're not getting the kind of clients or customers that you want, a change to your brand can shift the perception of your business and move it in the right direction. Maybe you want to position your business as a more premium brand and attract clients with bigger budgets. Or you want to reach a younger demographic than what your brand is currently bringing in. Your brand is what establishes expectations for your audience. If you want to change the kind of people that you're attracting, take the time to define your ideal client and think about what you can change about your branding in order to reach them. Have you ever felt a little embarrassed about handing out your business card or sending a potential client to your website? Your brand is the public face of your business, and you definitely don't want it to look old and you don't want it to be outdated. If your brand isn't getting enough attention, it doesn't represent your business anymore, or is clearly following a trend that then come and gone, it's probably time to revisit and redesign. The need to modernize the look of your brand is probably one of the main reasons to consider rebranding. And it's a great opportunity to create renewed interest and rejuvenate your business's values and your brand story. Consistency is key. To establish a professional, trustworthy image, your brand needs to be consistent at every point of your business. If you don't have one clear message behind the brand and it feels scattered, it's overly complicated and not unified, you need to take the time to consider the strategy behind your brand. This could be a case where maybe not everything needs to be changed, but instead some guidelines need to be placed on how you use your brand and how your brand is represented. Maybe have a style guide created for your brand or a brand master guide. Make sure there's uniformity in how your brand identity, your brand values, and your story are expressed. The market is always changing, and your business needs to be able to adapt and keep up. Sometimes your business model and marketing strategies change over time, so much so that your branding isn't relevant like it was before. Your products change, the way you reach your customers change, the customers themselves change. When it happens, you need to make sure your brand is still communicating effectively. So do you think it's time for a rebrand?
Yes.
A rebrand also shows your business's commitment to growing and keeping up with the changes to the market, its target audience, its overall place in the world. So it's often an exciting moment in your business's life. Not every 3 to 6 months though. I don't recommend doing it every 3 to 6 months. If you're doing that, then you're probably not clear on anything about your brand. If you do decide to rebrand or refresh your brand, make sure you take the time to consider what needs changing, what your goals for the rebrand would be, and how to make sure the effects of your new brand are positive. It can be hard trying to figure out exactly what needs changing or how to manage a rebrand. So if you're interested in pinpointing what is working and what's not working with your current brand, definitely consider my brand intensive audit, which is an action plan for a consistent, cohesive, standout brand that'll give you a clear picture of exactly where your brand is, what your brand needs, why you need it, and how you're going to get there. When it's all said and done, you'll have a high-level understanding of your overall brand strategy and your visual identity, all in an action plan laid out in front of you. And the link to my brand intensive audit is in the description below. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and leave me a comment, share it with your networks, like and subscribe for more. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.